When a storm arrives, it rarely gives people time to prepare. And right now in parts of China, communities are facing exactly that kind of sudden and overwhelming challenge. Over the past few days, relentless rains have swept across the country's north and southwest, pushing emergency systems to their limits and leaving millions bracing for the worst. China's national flood control authorities have now activated a Level 4 emergency response for Beijing, Tianjin, and the surrounding Hebei province. This is the country's early-stage alert, signaling that weather conditions are growing dangerous and that regions must move quickly to protect residents.
Ya Rab Maafi, Ya Rab Maafi, Maafi, Maafi. Ya Rab Maafi. Ya
According to forecasters, heavy rainfall is expected from Friday through Sunday, stretching across a massive area, from Inner Mongolia and the nation's capital region to the northeast and even the Sichuan basin in the southwest. The Ministry of Emergency Management has urged all affected provinces to strengthen flood defenses immediately. This includes evacuating people from vulnerable areas, preparing shelters, mobilizing teams and equipment, and temporarily halting operations in places with high disaster risk. The aim is simple: save lives before the worst of the storm hits. China uses a 4-tier emergency response system, Level 1 being the most severe. As of now, several regions, including Inner Mongolia, Jilin, Heilongjiang, and Sichuan, remain under a Level 4 alert. Meanwhile, Hunan province continues to battle widespread flooding under a Level 2 emergency, a far more serious designation that reflects the significant damage and danger already unfolding there. But behind these alerts are real human stories, and some of them are heartbreaking.
Shafi, Ya Rab.
啥都没有了。
On August 9th, in Sansui County of Guizhou Province, a tragedy captured national attention. A bridge known as the Longting Bridge, an important link for people living near the waterfront, collapsed during the heavy flooding. At first, locals thought it was simply another casualty of the raging waters. But when the flood receded and the remains of the structure were examined, a shocking discovery came to light. Investigators could not find a single steel bar inside the collapsed portion of the bridge. For many, this revelation was devastating. The bridge had stood for years, weathering storm after storm. But without the reinforcement needed to handle extreme pressure, it had no chance against the violent floodwaters that swept through the region. Its collapse has sparked urgent conversations about construction standards, inspection procedures, and the hidden weaknesses that might be lurking in other structures across the country. What happened in Sansui is more than an infrastructure failure. It's a reminder of how natural disasters can expose vulnerabilities we never realized existed. Vulnerabilities that can turn deadly in an instant. Meanwhile, further north in Shanxi province, another community found itself at the center of a terrifying ordeal. On the night of August 8th, Zhidan County was hit by a downpour of extraordinary intensity. By the next morning, parts of the county had recorded over 179 millimeters of rainfall, an astonishing amount in such a short time, and one that shattered previous records. This sudden deluge triggered massive flash floods. Streets quickly turned into fast-moving rivers. Cars were swept away, homes were surrounded by swirling water, and rescue teams struggled to reach people trapped by the rising currents. Videos shared online show the extent of the chaos: vehicles piled into ditches, debris floating across roads, and muddy water swallowing entire neighborhoods. For the families living there, the experience was terrifying. Many described waking up to the sound of rushing water, realizing within minutes that they needed to flee. Others watched helplessly as floodwaters entered their homes, carrying away belongings they had spent years building. Even those who managed to escape now face the painful task of returning to damaged houses, ruined businesses, and communities that look nothing like they did just days earlier. In response, emergency teams have been working nonstop. Firefighters, soldiers, volunteers, and local residents have formed rescue chains, helping people to safety, delivering food and water, clearing debris, and searching for those still missing. Drones and helicopters are being used to survey hard-to-reach areas, giving authorities a clearer picture of the damage and helping guide rescue efforts. But even as operations continue, the emotional toll is evident. Floods don't just destroy infrastructure. They disrupt lives. They take away a sense of normalcy, and they leave behind memories that people may carry for years. Across China, this year's flood season has been particularly severe. Millions of people have been affected in one way or another through evacuations, property damage, agricultural losses, transportation disruptions, or the simple fear of not knowing what might come next. And while authorities are deploying massive resources to respond, the scale of the challenge has once again highlighted how unpredictable extreme weather can be. Climate experts warn that heavy rainfall events are becoming more intense and frequent, not just in China, but around the world. Warmer air holds more moisture, meaning storms can release far more rain in a shorter period of time. For countries with large river systems, densely populated cities, and aging infrastructure, this creates enormous pressure on flood control networks. Yet amid all the destruction, one thing stands out: the strength and unity of the communities affected. In town after town, people have stepped forward to help one another, families who lost everything. Volunteers have delivered food to stranded residents. Local officials have worked day and night to guide evacuations, keep roads open, and ensure supplies reach those in need. This spirit of solidarity is a powerful reminder that even in the face of disaster, people find ways to support one another. And often it's these acts of kindness that help communities recover long before rebuilding even begins. As the rains continue, China remains on high alert. Flood control teams are monitoring river levels around the clock. Meteorologists are tracking the movement of storm systems to guide real-time decisions. And local governments are preparing for the possibility of additional evacuations. For anyone living in the affected areas, authorities are urging people to stay updated through official channels, avoid crossing flooded roads, and take warnings seriously. In severe floods, even shallow water can sweep someone off their feet or carry a vehicle downstream.
目送我的财产。哎呦我操，废了。
And the elderly residents who have seen floods before, but perhaps never of this intensity. Events like these remind us of something deeper: the importance of preparedness, maintenance, and resilient infrastructure. Floods may be natural, but how we prepare for them and how quickly we respond can shape outcomes dramatically. The collapse of the Longting Bridge, the sudden flooding in Zhidan County, and the emergency alerts across multiple provinces all highlight the need for strong systems and transparent oversight.
哦，真的，那一朵下来了，赶紧远一点。
起来，哎，我操！
In the end, disasters test not only our emergency response systems, but also our compassion, our resilience, and our willingness to stand together. As China continues to face the challenges brought by this storm, one message resonates clearly. Recovery will take time, but communities do not have to face it alone. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to stay updated on major global events, consider subscribing and supporting responsible, compassionate reporting. Stay safe and take care of one another.